There we go. So that'll help the wagon go that little bit quicker. We can upgrade that to stone at some point. And we can go ahead and move on with the earning red coin part there. Now, school will let you research many new buildings and useful technologies. Open the build menu, select buildings, select school, and then place the building. We actually have the resources for this right away as well, which is beautiful, beautiful news. Let's just place the school. You know what? Let's place the school over here. That's actually going to be a lot of resources, though. That's what? 22 planks versus 10. Okay, we'll put it on this side then, just to use less resources. We actually unlock the recipe for paper as well, which is going to be essential. And like I said earlier on, we need to either place a new lumber mill or, you know, supply the old one with water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a new lumber mill, and I'm going to put it over here. Now, I could put it right there and then just have someone supply it with water, or I can just put it right here and have it automatically supplied with water. So I'm going to put it... Oh, I didn't realize I could put it on the water. Interesting. I'm going to put it here, I think. So sort of at the back of this building. And I think, honestly, I am going to put it on the water just because I'm a rebellious swine when I want to be. So that'll do. And that's actually going to be possible to automate later on as well, which is very exciting. And we're going to say produce paper. And then to do that, we're going to need workers. So let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I want 1. And these 4 are going to grab all of these trees and bring them to that lumber mill, because paper is something that takes a little while to produce. We need 2 planks and it takes 5 seconds with 1 water. And then you're going to bring the paper to the school. And we need to, we're going to need to assign a recipe here as well. So let's go ahead and move on from that. But we need to actually select some kind of research here. So let's select a recipe and we have some choices. I'm thinking, honestly, that farming's a big deal, but I kind of want forestry first so I can further automate things. We could technically research both at the same time, which I guess we can do. And I'm going to add another worker in there just to go 125% on the speed there. In fact, let's go 2 more. Let's get 175% on the speed there. Although I don't know if that's necessary now that I think about it. No, I don't think that is necessary. I think 100% speed is probably fine. 110% because of the happiness bonus as well. That'll save us a little bit on population. So let's see. Produce the research recipe enough times to complete the research. So basically, the way the school works is forestry has a recipe. It is writing supplies. So paper will provide 1 point of research. Books will be 10. Enchanted is 20. So essentially, we need to complete that recipe 25 times to unlock forestry. And then another 25 times to unlock farming. And then we need 4 bits of paper per recipe for the basic logistics. So, and that has to be done 40 times. So as I'm sure you can imagine, this is going to take a little while to get through all of that. And again, that's kind of why the game can be a little bit slow at times. Just a little bit. Anyway, let's go ahead and get more houses in here because we are going to be needing and wanting those. We actually can't go any more than that, so that's fine. Let's extend the road, and that gives us up to 44 people. Let's upgrade the houses because we absolutely can, and that's going to give us up to 52 people. And that's not bad. That is not bad at all. I am noticing that happiness is okay. It might not be a bad idea to start looking into alternate sources of grain for here because that's going to be running dry pretty soon. I've noticed the berries have actually run out as well. So I'm wondering where the, I guess the berry guy is out here somewhere. Or the herb guy. I've actually got no idea. Whatever the case, it's actually looking like we do have a lot of paper here. I think we could probably get away with getting another worker to move more paper to the school there, which might make things that little bit quicker, which would be absolutely lovely. In fact, honestly, A wagon could probably work. Oh, that's interesting. It's working on farming as well right now. So if it's already working on one, it won't work on two at the same time. That's very interesting. I've also realized it's actually consuming red coins. So the red coins we get from fish are being consumed by the school for research. And you two seem to be stuck together. That's not a good thing. Is this full? That crate is full. Okay. We might actually need a barn out there. I'm pretty sure usually I do a barn for fishing instead of something else. So let's have you just start filling the barn. Let's have you start taking stuff from the barn over to the food market. If you wouldn't mind there, fella. You actually seem to be kind of stuck. Can we get you to go from the barn to the food market? Can I get you to dump your resources in there and then go from the barn to the food market, please? You're really struggling with that, aren't you? I'm not sure why. Not actually sure why that wagon is struggling at all. Can you go ahead and just supply the food market? Is that an option? Can I get you to dump your fish in the... No? Okay, that's a bit weird that the wagon seems to be misbehaving a little bit. Let's delete that. Because we're going to get enough fish in here anyway. So I can get you to move. Can you supply that? It seems like it doesn't want to go over here. But yeah, it can go there, no problem. Oh, no, it's moving. Okay, that's really strange. That is really, really strange that it didn't want to do that. But at least it's moving. That means that we'll keep getting the red coins. This right here is our food market. This is our school. School's actually got 19 writing supplies in there right now, which is going to be useful, I suppose. That's going to mean that we can go ahead and start working on quite a few of those at the same time there, which is not bad at all. And that's probably why we want to actually get more people in there, just looking at it. Unfortunately, I need to move one of the menus to do that, but that's fine. I guess more red coins and we're sorted. Now, where did that... So the wagon's there. So the wagon doesn't want to go back out here, unless it's just not set to. There we go. Alright, so can I get another wagon? I totally can. So let's get another one and let's say move fish over to here as well. Because I think having two of them is going to be a pretty good idea. They might get stuck against each other in a couple of different locations. That is a thing the wagons can do, and it happens pretty frequently. But I think we'll manage. And I'm actually thinking I'm going to go into paths and say, let's get a road. We have a lot of gold, or a lot of yellow coin, and a fair amount of stone bricks as well. So this path is going to be a lot quicker if we go ahead and upgrade it to stone there for the wagons. Now to do that, we're actually going to need to go to a couple of locations, and we're going to need to turn those locations into ramps, into proper bits of road, basically. So that bit's fine. This bit should be fine. This bit should be fine. It isn't though. So basically we're going to need to get some proper roads in there. But let's go ahead and upgrade all of that. Upgrade all of that. And upgrade all of this as well. So all of that bit can be done. We are going to need to go in and we are going to need to sort this bit. So let's go to structure blocks, road ramp, go there. And let's go to structure blocks and go stone bridge and go there. And then over here, we want to do a similar thing. So all of this is just going to sort of be a bridge. That's going to be a bridge. That's a bridge. And then the lower parts are going to be, let's see here, road ramps there, there. And I don't think we need one anywhere else. Now, what I'm wondering, though, is can I go to paths, go to road, and say, yeah, there we go. We want to make sure those bits are actually stone. including that bit as well. And that should, yeah, there we go. So that's got the wagons moving much faster, which is going to be much more fish for the markets, meaning a bunch more red coins, meaning a bunch more research, which is absolutely beautiful. So we actually have metallurgy. I never know how to pronounce that in games, I'm going to be honest. Metallurgy, whatever the case. It's being researched as well. Everything's kind of being researched at the same time, which I'm absolutely not complaining about. And these guys actually seem to be able to move at a pretty good pace, so that's nice as well. Although we're immediately out of red coin. But that's fine. That's no big deal. Metallurgy is actually going to take a lot of resources there. 200 writing supplies. So yeah, we're going to be waiting just a little bit on that one, I suppose. But at least forestry and farming will be done soon enough. Farming's actually going to be really good for... we're going to be able to get ourselves grain. We're going to be able to plant that at some point. But what we can also do with farming is actually preserve the fields here. So at the minute, we have all of these different workers going to the grain fields and gathering the grain themselves. The farms, as we saw in the save file I showed you from Twitch, the farms are actually going to be a way to automate the collection process. Now, unfortunately, these guys have just run out of grain, which is very bad news for us. Now, what I can do, I suppose, is go in and we're going to clear out the chutes and all this stuff. And what I think I'll do instead is build something over here. It's not going to be super hyper efficient, but what I think we'll do is build some chutes out to here and build them out to about there. Turn them that way and there. And that right there, I think, is going to be a decent little thing for grain gathering from this spot. So you go gather grain from there. You can go gather grain from there. And you can go gather grain from there as well. And that way, they're not working as efficiently as they were, but they're still working relatively efficiently. They don't have to walk the entire way back. And just in case you're curious, grain can't go uphill. These are just chutes. They are not at all... They have no power to them, so they have to be on the same level for something to move along it, or they have to be lowered down. Apparently, there is momentum, so apparently you could technically create like a roller coaster type thing where the momentum carries the product around it. I've yet to try that, though. I'd very much like to, but I haven't had a chance just yet. Hopefully sometime we will. Let's see, how goes the research? We're an 18 of 25 for forestry. 8 of 25 for farming. Not bad. This right here is still outputting a whole bunch of paper as well. It's still going pretty quickly too. I think what we'll do is go ahead and throw an extra worker in there just to speed it up a tiny little bit. Just that little bit. And we could, if we really wanted to, get some chutes to bring the wood over there even quicker. Which I might do. I don't see why not. Let's waste some resources and get some chutes here. Chutes are always fun. I like the look of them. So something like that. And then you guys can just throw the... You can throw the logs from there into there. You can throw the logs from there into there. Logs from there into there. And who else? I think it was just 3 of them working on that, wasn't it? But that right there should make things ridiculously efficient down here. It's going to be getting 3 logs at a time. It only needs 2 to turn into to paper. So it's going to be working really, really well. The downside being, of course, it's going to it's going to mean these trees disappear that little bit quicker, but I think it'll be worth it. I absolutely think it's going to be worth it. And I'm really excited. Honestly, I'm super excited for forestry here. I really am. I'm really, really keen to get forestry going because it means we can get that first more or less automated process going. I don't want to say it's completely automated because we are going to have some people in there. But forestry means we can collect the trees automatically. We can automatically move them into a lumber mill, automatically move the logs as well into another barn. And then for the storage of the planks, we just need a single worker going back and forth. It'll make sense in just a second. We are about to get forestry. Once we get it, I think what I'm going to do is put my storage, put it all just way out here. So immediately we got the forester. Let's go ahead and build 2 of them, basically. In fact, let's build the forester. So the forester is going to go right, let's see, right there and right there, I think. Yeah, let's do 2 of them. And then what we need to do is build and we have these different arrows. If we build it right in front of the door, that is an output. So what we're going to do is that, and then we're going to do a lumber mill on this one, which is going to be producing planks. And then we're going to leave a gap of 1 and build a barn and a barn. And over here, we're just going to do that. So that's going to be 2 different production chains. And I'm really excited about this because it will just work. The only thing we need to do is put a worker right there. Click U, say move the planks into the barn. And these guys will get to work pretty much right away. This one's obviously going to be a bit slower, but it will get to work right away. And what we could do for each is say, you know, have an extra worker. Now, unfortunately, this actually requires us to have red coins. So we need to figure that out as well. Now, the good news is we can go ahead and get a few more workers. We'll go for 2 more. And we'll say, go out there and fish. And go out there and fish. And that's going to be a means to get ourselves a bunch more fish. And a bunch more fish is going to need a bunch more wagons, which we can go ahead and absolutely do. Let's go ahead and move some planks into the workshop for a while, just to get ourselves some more wagon wheels. And then we can go ahead and we can turn those into more wagons, and from there we can go ahead and basically, you know, let's see, you move those into storage. Basically, we can go ahead and move even more fish back to the market. So move that up to there. And that's going to mean that we get even more red coins. Now, red coins, keep in mind, they are being consumed by research, and that is going to take a little while. But that's all right. We can be patient. I'm not too worried about it. I think what I might do, I was going to turn off basic logistics, but I think we'll keep that on because we are going to want the conveyor belts as well, because it means we can get rid of this guy at some point, which is definitely something I want to do. That is definitely something I want to do. The good news, though, I mean, we're already sitting on 10 logs and 3 planks in there. So not the worst news in the world. Definitely not the worst news in the world. This is actually backed up as well, which is ridiculous to think about. That's actually a little bit ridiculous. You are actually still going there. Let me get rid of you. We probably don't need all of those workers. We can probably get away with like 2 working on this. So there we go. Over here, we could actually do with more of these guys as well. Anyway, whatever the case, we got the research done. That's actually the end of the tutorial as well. So that is, I guess, how you set all of this up. That's a start in factory time. That is a start, I guess. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't actually realize that this consumed red coins. I genuinely didn't know that. That is honestly news to me. That is going to make things tricky. I mean, the good news is the wagons are going to move fish around pretty well and pretty quickly. So it's not like we're going to be super low on red coins forever. We are probably going to want to get a lot more wagons and a lot more fish. Alternatively, we just build more houses and another market way over here to have the fish consumed a little bit quicker, which unfortunately we can't do until we upgrade the base, which unfortunately we can't do until we have leather. So, well, actually that's useful. We just got the farm. We need the animal pasture though. So we need to go into the school, we need to go to select recipe, and we need the animal pasture. So we'll go ahead and start researching that, as well as basic logistics. So there we go. That'll come about eventually. It's going to take a little while, but that's not too much of a big deal. Is this... What are you complaining about? I don't know what this guy actually used to do. Let's maybe have you go ahead and move some apples up here into the food market, I guess. We can get more of those later. That's not too much of a big deal. And I guess we can also go to buildings, go to farm. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to build a farm. Let's see. Do I want to be a little bit cheeky here? I almost do. I think a farm right there. So I'm going to go in. We're going to go to tools right here. We're going to not destroy block. We're going to go to tools. We're going to go to remove resource. We're going to remove those three. And I want to put a farm, not a, whatever that was, a farm right there. And that's going to help to preserve the grain that we have around here. So what we can start doing is saying, hey, take the grain from there into storage. And that'll hopefully just help us out a little bit. What we could also do is fire the guys that are moving the grain over to... actually, I think... Yeah, these guys are the ones moving the grain to the grain mill. So this is just going to be grain storage. And we're actually... I mean, look how... You can see how quickly grain is produced here. If we put 2 more workers in there, even 1 more... 185% is going to be very good for us there. So that's not bad at all. That's actually going to be really good. That's going to be really, really good for us. We do have farming and mining here. We can actually build farm tiles if we can get fertilizer. Unfortunately, we can't get fertilizer right now. But once we unlock the animal pasture, we can. In fact, we can get fertilizer and leather at the same time. I suppose the idea being that leather comes from animals that are going to need to crap at some point. So that's how that works. That's pretty much how that comes about. It's not the most pleasant thing in the world, but whatever. It is very much what it is. We can actually go ahead as well and build a well here, which I think would be a pretty good idea if we get a worker for it. Because what I can do is say, go ahead and bring water to there, and as this consumes water, it's actually going to work a little bit better, a little bit quicker. So that's gonna be really useful there. We probably didn't need the well. There's water next to it, but this will work right here and hopefully work very well for us. So we'll see what comes about there. I actually want to see how much grain do we have. 175. Not bad at all. Over here, I mean, it would be really nice to get some automated system to bring grain from this farm over to the grain mill. We could do that. We don't really have enough planks, though. I will say we really don't have enough planks. I suppose it would be nice to get another wagon to start moving the fish, because those red coins are just... I mean, they're gonna get consumed like crazy. But I guess it's worth it. I guess for all that research, it's gonna be worth it. So it's kind of hard to complain, I suppose. I mean, the animal pastures are halfway done already, which, I mean, I've got the benefit of 4 hours into the game. I mean, that 4 hours I put in on the Twitch save, which I keep referring to, but that was very much my first time playing the game, so I feel like in that time I learned enough to sort of speed things up a little bit. Definitely just a little bit, but certainly speed things up regardless. I just don't know what I want to do in terms of grain, because this seems like it's producing enough for me to be able to get away with with maybe setting up a chute to just bring it over to the grain mill. Because I don't think we're providing grain as food anymore. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't think anyone is providing grain to this directly anymore. I mean, you're providing flour, that's fine, which is its own food stuff. It doesn't look like we're providing grain directly, so maybe we should. Why are you here? What are you doing? You're here empty? Oh, you're going the long way around. Of course you are. All right, well, that's fantastic. I do love when they do that and then turn back. I suppose this is a bit of a tight space here. They can get stuck sometimes, so whatever. How many planks are we looking at? 95? How's this looking? 18, and then, oh wow, that's got a lot of, that has a lot of logs in there already. That's very nice. Tell you what, can we get another wagon? No, we need wheels. All right. Let's have you start bringing planks to the workshop. Let's fill up the workshop as best we can. We'll fill it with, we'll have it filled with wheels and we'll have it filled with planks. We'll then start moving the wheels into storage. It'll keep making them and we should be able to get a bunch of wagons. My biggest worry, honestly, is wagons getting stuck in here because they will do that. The more of them we have, the more chance there is of them getting stuck. And it's always an absolute pain when they do get stuck. So I think what I'm going to try and do is upgrade this entire road, which is going to be gold and stone, but I think we have enough to do that. So this bit's going to need to be a bit of a slope. This bit over here, going to need a bit of a slope. But the rest of it should be... Oh, wow, that bit's going to need... That bit's going to need a lot of work. As is this whole section, I guess. I'm not really sure. Not really sure what I'm looking at there. That's going to be fun. This bit's fine, that bit's fine, that bit's fine. Okay. So this bit here can be a road ramp and a road ramp. And then I guess structural blocks will go for stone bridges. Right there. I guess. It's a bit weird looking, but we could throw a road onto it and it should be fine. Then over here, I guess, very similar story. Road ramp that way. And then a stone bridge with a stone path on it. So that should keep the wagons going nice and quickly, even if they do need to loop around. And that should help them to not get completely stuck. I say should because there's really no guarantee. They're autonomous wagons. They're not geniuses. You know what I mean? They're not... They're just autonomous wagons. We don't know how they work. We don't know why they work. We just know that they work. That's pretty much where we're at here, so... We'll see what comes of it. Either way, I mean, this worked immediately. That one decided to go out and around, which is absolutely fantastic. We got a whole bunch of rad coins there. Obviously immediately consumed, but not bad at all. We're actually really close to the animal pasture already. And over here, again, just automated planks. And honestly, I think I might get rid of the lumber mill. I might do it. Although this lumber mill, I suppose, is supplying the workshop right now, as it were. So maybe we don't want to do that. I think what I will do is have this guy start moving the wheels into storage. So as he moves all of those, more will get made, and we'll be able to get ourselves a decent little fleet of wagons. We'll start with this one. We'll go ahead and say move fish over here. And let's see, can we get another one already? We can. Let's have you move fish over here. And that's what, 5 wagons? So that's 20 fish moving at any one time. This barn is nearly full, and we just get the pasture as well. Fantastic. So, the pasture is going to be... I don't know if it needs much land. Although it is going to need supplied. So let me read about this first. Let me just double check something. So, produces animal products. I'm pretty sure it needs water. I'm not 100% certain. I don't remember for sure, but I'm pretty sure it does. I know it can produce fertilizer, and fertilizer is kind of a big deal for farms, which we don't have yet. Well, actually, no, we do have a farm. We have a farm right there. So I need to remember, this needs animal feed, if I remember correctly as well. So animal feed is made from a grain mill. So we could automate this, actually. We could absolutely automate this. So the fertilizer, I'm not so much going to automate that right now. But what I can do is put the pasture there, then put a grain mill next to it, facing it. We can put a... no, animal feed is not something that can go on a chute. So you need to go in there. You need to be producing animal feed. You need to be producing leather, which is going to be water and animal feed, but that's fine. So leather. And then I guess we need water as well. So we'll get ourselves a well. And we'll put the well pretty much next to the pasture. We'll get ourselves another worker. We'll say water to the pasture, please. So he's never going to need to move to do that. And then what we can do, bring a little path down there. Not that it's necessary. Now what we can do is provide this with a whole bunch of grain, which we can do with a wagon, I think. Oh, we're at our worker limit. Okay, well, let's get rid of you. We don't need you. Let's see. So workers, wagon, boom. Move grain into the grain mill. And then you move animal feed into there. And this should be able to make animal feed relatively easily, which you absolutely can. And then this immediately gets supplied with it. It needs 4 animal feed per leather and fertilizer, but that's fine. This is able to produce grain like a good one. And then this is now producing leather and animal feed. And we need that leather and we need that fertilizer for 2 different things, which means we need 2 more workers, which is going to be slightly tricky.